This is the Honda Elevate. It's Honda's re-entry into the SUV segment. Yes, re-entry, because if you remember, they've had the CR-V and the BR-V too. This one is going up against the Creta, the Seltos and all of the other mid-size SUVs. So let's take a nice, good close look. Now, one of the things about the front is it's really tall and upright. In fact, if you look at it, it's really quite high. The bonnet is nice and flat, and the grille is really set vertically. And it kind of reminds me of those big butch American SUVs. It is really that prominent. It's blanked out here, and the air intakes down below. You've got the headlights here, DRLs and the fog lights. Now, the DRL signature and the headlight is reminiscent of the City, and that's what the Elevate is actually based on. The platform is what the two cars share. And you'll therefore also find some of the similar technology like the engine and the ADAS system. Now in profile, the Elevate is very typically SUV, an old school traditional SUV. So the roofline flat, it doesn't dip down like a coupe or any of the new modern designs that you have, like, trying to give it that sporty touch. It's also quite actually plain and devoid of too much of fuss around the styling. Ground clearance 220 mm, so that's really high, and in fact the highest in its segment. Now at the rear, in terms of styling treatment, as you can see, what's really popular these days is the connected light band. So you have that on the Elevate as well. The central section though over here, that's a reflector. It's the outer edges only that are lit up. Now let's open the boot and take a look inside. It's really quite large and quite low to load the luggage, in fact 458 liters, and you also have a 60-40 split to increase the boot capacity. Okay, so now over here in the rear, as you can see, there is adequate space. It probably isn't class leading, but I've got sufficient legroom here. Headroom is actually quite good because it's scooped out here, so the roof up front is a little low, but there's a big scoop out here, so I've got more than 5-finger headroom there. In terms of comfort, you've got an armrest here. The seats really feel nice. In fact, the angle is just right, and down below, as you have in some Hondas, the floor is sloping upwards, so it provides a natural footrest and feels very comfortable. Other features, you've got rear AC vents and a socket here where you can charge a 12-volt socket. Atop is a sunroof, though it's not a panoramic one, it's just a single pane sunroof. So those of you who like the nice big long sunroofs, you're going to miss that out on the Elevate. The rest of the features though are pretty much what you'd expect. There are tweeters here in the door as well, and let's pop into the front and take a look at all what's on offer there as well. Okay, now over here at the front, the dashboard looks really nice and classy. In fact, the materials look nice and they do feel nice. The wood finish up here, the leather, the tan leather looks very classy. Though I have to say, those of you looking for something flashy and flamboyant, you're not going to find that here because the styling is all very straight lined and very typical, very old school in that sense. If you like that, you will be very happy because it's done really well though. The features, you've got auto climate control, you have wireless charging, there's 2 USB sockets here. Interestingly, they are Type A, not the Type C that we've been seeing on the newer generation cars. You've got, as I said earlier, a single section or a single pane sunroof, not the panoramic sunroof, and you're also missing cooled seats. That's something that a lot of SUVs are today offering, but you don't have that on the Elevate. That aside though, you do have a touch screen, you do have a 7-inch IP with a nice conventional dial, so that looks really nice. I really love dials and happy to see that over here. The steering wheel has all of your requisite controls and also controls for the ADAS, Honda sensing technology as they call it. So coming to the engines, or rather the engine, because the Elevate will only be offered with the 1.5 litre IV tech. It is coupled to both a manual and a CVT automatic and develops 121 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. So that is the Honda Elevate. Now it's going to launch sometime in August is what the company says. Bookings will open next month. What do you think? Did you like the car? Did you not like the car? What are the features you like? Let us know down in the comments, and of course give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it.